All right, hello there. If you tried to catch me earlier on Facebook Live, it was being all glitchy today, and it did the video like 3 times live, and it kept stopping it in the middle of it. I didn't even know. So I thought I would just record it here for you. So what we're going to talk about today is how to make virtual backgrounds in Zoom, and to go a step further and to be able to add your logos in there, and then also how to be able to engage your audience in a different way. So not just by putting a virtual background, not by just only putting up a virtual background, but how to actually make it engaging for your participants. So in just a moment, I'm going to share out screens here. All right. So you all know that I love all things Canva. It's one of my very favorite tools. Remember, there's a free version and a paid version. The free version has everything that you're going to need to be able to do this. The paid version has more templates, more photos, some other branding. I highly suggest the paid version because I love it. It's so amazing. But you know, either version will work for this. So when you log into Canva, you'll probably came up on this screen. So this is kind of the main home screen for you to be able to create a design. So right here in Design Anything, you can see I already have it populated. You can type in Zoom. You'll get a couple options, but we want this first one up here, the Zoom virtual background. Unless it's Earth Day or you want to do something funny, you can click on the others, but I would click on this one. If for some reason you don't see it here, you can always do create a design on this side and access at the same place. Canva is really convenient. They put a few things in a couple places for you. So one of the things I want to show you is there's a lot of templates here to pick from, right? If you're like, I don't want to create anything, but I want something different and unique, scroll through these, download one, and you're good to go. Or download one of these and then just add and tweak your stuff. So if you, the second one with the ocean, you can change the words, you can change the box, and then you're good to go. So you see a lot of things moving around on the screen. Canva Virtual Backgrounds actually allows for video and photo. So this is the thing. You do have to have a newer type computer. I don't know exactly what models are supported, but I know some of the older models won't support you doing all the highly customized backgrounds as easy. So if you have any issues and you have an older computer, that might be why. All right, but you don't have to have a brand spanking new computer to do this. So you can go through, you can see lots of different stuff here, lots of still photos like these, and then photos that have a little bit of movement. So if you're going to pick a photo with movement, just be really like conscious of your audience. I can just hear my mother right now, like, Erica, slow down. So you have to be really aware. I'll slow down now. So you have to be really aware of your audience because you don't want individuals to get motion sickness of any sort. And you also don't want it to deter from your message, the things that you have to share, the reason that you're showing up, right? So sometimes there might be like fun places to be able to do it, but something like this in a background in a more, I won't even say professional presentation, just if you're presenting for a longer term, could make people woozy and hard for them to pay attention. So a lot of different things. You can put yourself in the middle of those angel wings and you can scroll through. So I'm going to show you how to create from a blank template. All right. If at any time you're like, I need inspiration, right? You can still click on all of these templates on the left-hand side here. Again, there's a lot of different stuff that you can do. So one of the things I'm going to show you to get into the uploads. So give me just a hot second here to find some of my logos. So this is my logo, and you can resize it and place it anywhere you want. So one of the things I'm going to say is that as you can see, like on my screen, I tend to have a lot of area up here to the left and to the right of my face. So I know that if I'm going to design things and have my logo in there, that's where I want to have it, is on either side. I'm actually going to throw it on this side. The other thing is you can create a Zoom background from all kinds of photos and different things. But if you do it in Canva, one of the nice things is they have a really good sizing requirement. So don't take things close to the edge. I usually just still stay within this page border here and then test it out in Zoom. But just know that you might have to play around with it. But one of the benefits of Zoom is that they're using the suggested sizes. So even when you make Facebook banners or Instagram posts, It's usually the sizes. I know Facebook changes their stuff around so often that their sizes actually change. So periodically you have to adjust that. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. So you can drop in your logo somewhere. If you like a different color background, we can change it. I think I went over this a little bit in a different video that I had, but you can change it to whatever color you want. So I'm actually partial to the white. I like just a plain simple background. And then say you want to put on some elements that move and do things. So we'll say like the word hello. I'm going to put the feature on that says I only want to see the animated stuff, and we can see it. So I'm just going to drag it over here and you can design it. Again, I'm going to say it's really good to know that these two things are probably going to appear on, well, they will appear on these sides of me, and I'll be more in the middle. So the other thing I want to show you, I'm going to just add another page really quick, is when we talk, I talked to you about, so first being able to add your logo. I'm going to show you what it looks like in Zoom here in just a moment. But the second thing is also being able to add other types of features. So right now, I know everybody's zoomed out. It's really important to set yourself apart. If I'm actually not partial to using a lot of backgrounds, use them on occasion, but not too often. But some creative ways that you can do them are putting things like the agenda up. So, right, you can change this to be anything like, hello, you know, today is, and right, and you can, probably should have written something that was a little bit smaller, right? And then you could actually write out the agenda for the day here. I'm going to take this off because that would be distracting if I was a participant and just watching this graph go up and down. So I'm going to take it off, but you can see you could put this here. So even if you wanted to start with something like this, I could stick the agenda here. So as I start the presentation, I have my agenda coming up. And then as I move through my presentation, I would take it off. Right? And maybe at the very end, the last slide, then I would put up, I'm going to do this real quick so you can see. So maybe the first slide, I might, it seems weird I put this on this side, agenda, right? But then my very last slide will look like this, but it would have, say, how to contact me. This is my Insta handle. So if you're not following me on Insta, go follow me on Insta. I'm learning it. All the time, make it bigger so you can see it. You know, so you can post that there. So then when you're in your presentation, very quickly you can change your background, and I'll show you what that looks like in a minute. And you can toggle between things like this, so you can have information up. You might even have something that is you're emphasizing and you really want to say, and you could just flash that word up on the screen right next to you. So how cool is that? How amazing that instead of doing a presentation and sharing out your screen, you could throw a few quick things up here. I wouldn't personally, I wouldn't replace like your slideshow, because if you move a lot, your hands are going to go through the text, and but you could do it. So I want to take you now. I'm going to stop sharing. I'm going to reshare. Just a moment. Let me get this other window up. So Zoom is really funny because for any of you who've been screen sharing, you know that you can't actually show your Zoom window. So you can't see, like, if I'm like, oh, see my toolbar, you can't see it when you share screen. So I did a couple screenshots earlier today. There we go. When you're in Zoom and you're in a meeting, so the meeting has started or you're getting ready to start yours, you can go down here next to start video. There's a little caret. You click on it, and then there's choose virtual background. Really that simple. So I got to back up for a moment. In Canva, you do have to download your stuff. If you download a movie, it will if you have any animated stuff, it will download as a movie. And if it's all just like a picture or text, nothing that moves, it will download as a picture file for you, typically a PNG file. So, okay, we're in Zoom. You click on your virtual background, and then what's going to happen, I forgot I was like taking a picture of myself. I'm like, why didn't I smile? You're going to click either add image or add video. So Canva does actually, or Zoom does have a couple backgrounds in there for you to pick from if you don't have one already. So these are kind of their standard ones that are in there. The other really, really, really important thing is, see this mirror my video? You have to check it if you have any text, because if not, what happens is the text will show up reversed on your screen because of the way mirrors and cameras and everything work, and the lenses and stuff. So you actually have to check the mirror button for it to flip all of your text. So I will show you that momentarily as well. So I'm going to stop sharing, and then I'm going to show my virtual backgrounds so that you can see them. So this is what happens right there. You can see it. Why I don't love virtual backgrounds is, so you can see it a little bit like by my ear. You can see it when my hands move like this. The cameras can't pick up movement that fast. So it can't perfectly take out everything, and then it can't detect the movement enough that it keeps everything out. That I use my hands a lot. It comes from my interpreter background, sign language interpreter background. So is why I tend not to use the virtual backgrounds as much, because I can't really sit with my hands not moving all the time. But very easy. You can see you have a logo here. So if you're doing a presentation, you want to use a virtual background, you have that. If you have a green screen, you can order them on Amazon. They come in almost like a pop-up tent thing. I have one that's green on one side and blue on another. You can pop that up, and the virtual backgrounds actually work better. They look a lot more cleaner, a lot more crisp, and just show everything a lot better. So it's pretty easy if you were in the middle of a presentation to go through and change your background. So you can see I changed it from, right, that's the hello one that we had just had. And you go through your presentation. So maybe you have your agenda actually up here instead of hello, right? And you go through your presentation, and then you're at the very end of it. You can do a quick click. Tonight I noticed that it's flipping. Sometimes it actually will be so transparent. See, between the two, I can flip really fast. It's flashing, but sometimes it doesn't flash. I don't know the difference of when it does and when it doesn't, but when I go from this to the hello one, it doesn't do that quick flash. So you could actually throw something up on the screen really quick. It's kind of the reason I suggest only using it maybe at the beginning and the end, but you could throw some things up periodically during your presentation. They say that the attention spans right now are at about 7 minutes. I would challenge it and say it's probably closer to the 3 to 5 minute, or the 2 to 5 minute mark even. And so I think it's just important to really engage people and find ways that you can stand out, especially as we're all having Zoom overwhelm. All right, so I hope that you've enjoyed this video. I would love, love, love to see the videos that you're putting together, or the virtual backgrounds that you're putting together. So feel free to take a screenshot of it and drop it in the comments below, because let's, get creative and see what's out there. So even if you haven't used one yet and you just go in and create something, like drop it in, let's see it and check everybody's out. So with that, I hope everybody has a great evening, and I will talk to you later, or great day. I guess it depends on when you're watching this.